You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Kevin Holland takes on Reinier de Ridder this Saturday on the main card of UFC 311 in Los Angeles. And this fight, when I first heard this fight, that Kevin Holland was going to take on Reinier de Ridder, I kind of giggled to myself. I've been really high on Reinier de Ridder. I dabble in a little bit of One Championship. They're very underrated. I've seen this guy. You know, he was two-time champion, 185 and 205. Big frame, 6'4". Very good submission ability. Very good grappling. But then I see him fight somebody like Anatoly Malikin, however you say his name. Beats the brakes off of Reinier de Ridder. Just kind of humbles him, fraud checks him in the striking department, and makes him quit in their second fight. Made me start to rethink how good is Reinier de Ridder, and is he a one-trick pony? The UFC brings in Reinier de Ridder, and let's be honest, kind of give him a layup fight against what's his name? Gerald Meerschaert, GM3. GM3, no walk through the park, but it's like if you could find the best matchup for Reinier de Ridder to make his promotional debut and win, it's GM3, just because he's not the best striker himself, and more of a jiu-jitsu guy who you would tend to lean towards Reinier de Ridder in that department. And that was probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen by Reinier de Ridder in that UFC debut. To have so much hype, be a double champ, come over from one, debuting against a guy like GM3, who's just kind of a journeyman at this point. Sorry, love the guy, but it is what it is. And struggled so badly in that fight. Getting outstruck, just couldn't really get anything going. Ends up getting the sub at the end of round 3, but it's just like he's going to get eaten alive at 185 in the UFC if that's what he, brings to the table. It's like you can't be a one-trick pony specialist in the UFC. I feel like I say this every week. That it's 2025. You can't. You gotta be well-rounded. Every facet of the game. Everybody in MMA right now is training 10, 15 years. They've been doing everything. They didn't just start wrestling and switch over like some people are, like Jacoby Smith. But majority of people that are at a high level are black belts in almost everything. Training in absolutely everything, and able to kind of nullify these guys that are grappling specialists or striking specialists, because they know how to shoot takedowns. They know how to defend your takedowns, or at least stay out of trouble on the ground, sweep, get their back to the fence, get back up. So you bring somebody in like Reinier de Ridder, who also doesn't have the best takedowns in the world. He's got good jiu-jitsu when you get into the ground, but I heard about this fight against Kevin Holland, and what I'm trying to get to is I think Kevin Holland beats the brakes off of Reinier de Ridder on the feet. I think that Kevin Holland, who's going to be an inch shorter but have a reach advantage, he's going to be 6'3", 81-inch reach versus 6'4", 78-inch reach. He's going to have a 3-inch reach advantage against this guy. Kevin Holland is no joke on the feet. I know he hasn't had the best performances as of late. Last fight against Roman Dolidze, where he popped out his rib. Michael Page sucked, but I mean, taking a split decision to Jack Della Maddalena, like, these are good wins. Like, he's got good wins. Got kind of manhandled by Khamzat Chimaev in the grappling department, but Reinier de Ridder is no Khamzat Chimaev, let's be honest. I feel like Kevin Holland is going to be able to keep this on the feet. If it does go to the ground, I don't see him getting manhandled the way that he did with somebody like Khamzat Chimaev. I just don't see that happening. I don't think Reinier de Ridder, I think he's very technical. I just don't think he's got that dog or that tenacity in him that somebody like Chimaev has, or that a lot of these other UFC fighters do. I think that Kevin Holland's going to be able to keep it on the feet, and I think he's going to be sticking him. I think he's going to be sparking him on the feet. I think he's, like I said, he's going to have that reach advantage. He's going to be light years ahead of Reinier de Ridder on the feet. I think Kevin Holland knows that. I think that his training camp is going to be primarily looking to how do I defend takedowns. If I do get taken down, how am I sweeping? How am I getting back up to my feet so I can beat the brakes off of this dude? So I'm going to go with Kevin Holland. I think he knocks out Reinier de Ridder. I really do. I think he's going to fraud check him again after GM3 kind of did. And I think he's going to kind of put an end to this, I wouldn't even call it a hype train, but, you know, this big, you know, I was pretty excited when Reinier de Ridder came over. I imagine some people still are just because he got the win, but I think Kevin Holland's going to kind of put this guy in his place and let him know that there's levels to this game. And what you were getting away with over in one championship isn't going to fly over in the UFC. So Kevin Holland by KO, round 1. Thanks, guys.